Hello, thank you so much for joining me today for this full body dancers Pilates. I will put my Instagram in the link down below. I regularly post ballet tutorials as well as some class schedules. Without further ado, let's get started with our feet hip distance apart. The next inhale, let's reach our hands towards the ceiling, and in the next exhale, let's breathe with our hands floating down beside our body. Let's inhale, reach our hands towards the ceiling, and exhale, float our hands down below. Inhale, reach our hands towards the ceiling. Now this time, bend from your hips. As you exhale, bring your hands above your head, bending from your hips 90 degrees. Take a nice deep bend into your knees, fold forward, and roll your body back up. Let's repeat that a couple of times at your own pace with your own breath. Exhale, bend from your hip, reach your head forward. Exhale, bend your knees, and release all the way down. Send your hips up and roll through each vertebrae. Inhale, reach your hands towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward 90 degrees. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees. Take another inhale, and then the next exhale, stretch your hips towards the ceiling. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. Some inhales and some exhales. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Really release any kind of tension you might have in your upper back and neck. Gently bend your knees, grab the back of your calves, and stretch your hips towards the ceiling. Let's grasp our left heel first. Try to grab around your ankle and pull your nose towards your knee. Let's switch sides. Just gently warming up this morning or this afternoon or tonight. Now place your palms in between your 2 feet, raise your heels up high off the floor, and let them back down. Send your hips high, walk your feet gently towards the back of your mat, and let's find our downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here, raise your heels off the floor, put them back down. Let's do that 3 more times, raise your heels off the floor, exhale back down. Inhale, release your heels off the floor. Exhale, back down. Let's do that 1 more time. Raise your heels up high. Bend your knees towards your armpit in the next exhale. Massage your belly with your thighs. This is really good for digestion and warming up your hips. And release back down. On the next inhale, let's move towards our high plank position. Let's stay here for a moment. Already firing up those abdominals. A nice, tall, straight line from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Keep in touch with your breath here. Try not to hold any tension. Press your hands firmly into the floor. And as you exhale, let's point our right toe and hover it off the floor. And we're going to switch to our left toe. Inhale, find a plank. Exhale, point your right toe. Inhale, find a plank. Exhale, point your left toe. Inhale, find a plank. Let's point our right toe. Inhale, find your plank. And exhale, point your left toe. Inhale, very last time in this high plank position. And on the next exhale, we're going to slowly move through our chaturanga or our push-up position with control, all the way onto our stomach. Press your hands firmly into the floor into a baby cobra, or if you'd like, you can press all the way into an upward facing dog. Sit your hips back in the next exhale into a child's pose, again releasing all of the tension you've carried throughout the last few weeks. It is now summer, which is the absolute perfect time to achieve your goals and reflect. In the next inhale, roll forward and find a tabletop on your hands and knees, and in the next exhale, press your belly button towards your spine, curve your upper back into a cat. Inhale, look towards the ceiling into a cow. Another exhale in towards a cat, belly button moving towards your spine, and inhale, looking towards the ceiling into a cow. Let's exhale to another cat. Inhale, looking towards the ceiling into a cow. Exhale in another cat, and inhale into your last and final cow. Find a neutral spine in your tabletop. And let's begin with some Pilates opposite arm and leg reaches. So kick your left foot back, reach your right arm forward. We're going to tap our toe down and reach it up. Take it out to the side and back in. Let's tap it down and reach it up. Take it to the side and back in using your breath here. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it parallel. Exhale, bring it to the side, and inhale, bring it parallel. Let's do 1 more. On the next exhale, scoop your abs and try to touch your elbow to your knee and reach it out parallel. Let's do that 3 more times. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, bring it parallel. Exhale, bring it all in. Inhale, bring it parallel. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, bring it parallel again. And let's repeat that first sequence. Tap it down to the floor, bring it up, bring it out, and back in. Tap it down, bring it up, bring it out, and back in. 2 more times. In this final one, when we bring it out to the side, I want you to keep it. Place your right hand down on the floor and flip your hips towards the back. So now we're in a little side plank on our knee. Hold this position, turn out your foot, tap your foot forward, making a big circle. And let's tap it forward again. You should feel your glutes as well as your abdominals here. Let's tap it 2 more times. Last time, tap it forward and bring it back up. Let's bring it back towards the floor. Bring it to the side and relax. Give yourself a little stretch if you need, and let's repeat it all on the second side. As we inhale, we bring our opposite arm and leg parallel. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it to the side. Make sure you have lots of space. I had to readjust, otherwise I'd hit the poor plant. So let's start with the opposite leg, reaching up. Tap it down. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it to the side. Inhale, parallel and back down. Parallel to the side, parallel and down. Parallel to the side, parallel last time. Parallel, take it to the side. Inhale to parallel, and on the next exhale, let's bring our elbow and our knee in and bring it out. Exhale in, inhale parallel. Exhale in, inhale parallel. Exhale in, inhale parallel. Let's repeat that first sequence 4 more times. Tap it, bring it up, take it to the side, and in. Last one, we hold our right leg here. Bring your left hand on the floor. Flip your hips into a side plank on your knee. Lift those hips up and let's tap our right leg to the floor and back up. Tap our toe down and back up. Tap it down and up, and tap it down and up. Flip your hips forward so they're parallel to the floor. Place your hands on the floor and relax. Sit back into a child's pose and stretch out your glutes and release your back. That was a lot of great work on our glutes and abdominals, so take this moment to breathe, relax, and check in with your body. At your own pace, roll forward and press yourself into a downward facing dog. For this next circuit, we're going to keep our feet close together, and on the next inhale, let's reach our foot up towards the ceiling in a 3-legged dog, and in the next exhale, bring your knee towards your chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to a 3-legged dog. This time, exhale, bring your knee to your opposite shoulder, and inhale to your 3-legged dog. Let's repeat that a couple of more times. Maybe the next time you bring your knee towards your chest, you bring it to the outside of your same shoulder, just to work different muscles in your obliques. The next one, let's exhale, bring our knee to the same shoulder. Keep it on the outside of that elbow. And release down. Let's switch legs. Let's take a moment here to regroup in our downward facing dog. Kicking up the opposite foot this time on the next inhale. And on the next exhale, we bring that knee towards our chest. Let's inhale, bring it up to a 3-legged dog. And exhale across our body. Inhale to a 3-legged dog. Back in towards our chest. And inhale, 3-legged dog, and exhale on the outside. Continuing with your breath at your own pace. Exhale into the last one. We bring our knee towards the same elbow and release down. Sit your knees down, sit your hips back into your child's pose, and take a couple of breaths here just to really reconnect with your body. Take a couple of de-stressing breaths here, and on the next exhale, let's slowly roll up through our vertebrae. Now the next sequence, we're going to be working on our glutes as well as our inner thighs. Prop yourself up on your elbow, stack your hips on top of one another, and bend your knees at a 90-degree angle. Take your hand above your head, and we're going to raise our knee up and bring it back down, and up, and bring it back down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, stack it down. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale, bring it down. Let's do 4 more. Now for the next one, you do want to be careful of your surroundings. I definitely hit my plant. Cover your knee off, extend your foot back into an arabesque, reach your arm forward and bring it back forward. Let's use that back space again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it all in. Exhale, extend to the back. Inhale, bring it all in. And let's do one more. Now stay hovering off the floor here and just tap your toe down to the floor and bring it back up. Very, very simple. This works your outer glute super well, so be sure you're keeping your abs engaged. Press your elbow into the floor so that you're supported and relax. Give your glute a tap, relax down, and let's do some clams. Keep your hips, knees, and toes stacked on top of one another, and let's do 8 clams together. And after this last one, let's take our top leg behind us into a small little attitude and make little circles with our toe. You can place your head down on your arm to rest a little bit while we work our glutes in this small attitude. Do 2 more and flex through your foot, dig your heel into the floor and slide your foot away from you. Just stay here for a moment, really dig your heel into the floor. You can extend your arm forward and feel all of the muscles that are engaged right now. Let's point our toe and bend our knee into an attitude one more time and flex through our foot, sliding our heel across the floor. Let's do this a couple of more times with your breath, using your hamstrings and your glutes. Last one, and relax, stacking your knees on top of one another. Stretch out your glutes if you need to, and let's do everything on the second side. Starting first on our elbow, hips stacked on top of one another, we raise our knee off of our other knee and back down 10 times. After this last one, we extend it behind us into an arabesque and reach our arm forward. Exhale, bring it all back in. Inhale, reaching past our body. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reach it far away from us. Exhale in. And let's finish up one more before we tap our toe down and bring it up and down and up. Keeping our hips stacked on top of one another, supporting with our elbow pressing into the floor, making sure our belly button is lifted, our abdominals are engaged, and our shoulders are facing forward. Finish this last one, and as you exhale, bring your knee towards your body and release. Let's get ready for some clams on our second leg, so make sure your hips are stacked on top of one another, and let's do 8 clams. To the floor and extend your knee, imagining like you're pushing something away from you so that you can engage your hamstrings and reach your arms far forward. Start to slowly and simultaneously point your toes through your foot and bend your knee. Flex your foot and push something away. Let's do a couple more. Bring it back in, and on the exhale, release all the way down. Amazing work. Stretch out your glutes if you need to, and let's meet on our back on our mat for some pelvis thrusts. So plant your feet firmly into the floor, and through your vertebrae, lift your pelvis up and roll it down. Let's do 6 more, and on the final 8th one that we've done together, let's take a first position with our arms in front of our belly button. And we do little pulses for those glutes with our heels raised high off the floor. Pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Keep your heels high, squeeze your glutes, and let's turn our knees out towards the other side into a little demi-plie in first position. Place your hands back down on the floor, and you're going to pull yourself towards your feet and push them away, keeping your knees bent. I know this feels strange at first, but this works your glutes so well. Take your arms in front of your belly button into first position and push your heels along the floor. Stretch your legs out far from your head and extend your knees into a little first position, hovering off the floor. Let's take a tendu with our right foot forward 4 times. And 3. Last time and 4. Tendu with the left, the same thing, forward. And 2. And 3. And 4. Now for the challenge here, you can either keep your hands in first position as we tendu to the front, we bring it out to the side, bring it back forward and down, or you can keep your hands on the floor for extra support. Bring your toe forward, bring it out, bring it up, and bring it down. Let's bring it 90 degrees, parallel to the wall. Flex your foot, bend your knee in, extend your leg, and down, and the same with the left. Point your toe, 90-degree bend. Flex your foot, bend your knee, and push something away. Point your toe, extend your knee, and release down. Excellent work. Release down and give yourself a big hug. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Roll out anything you might need to roll out. And let's put one leg down. Keep hugging one leg in towards your chest, just to give it a nice and good stretch. Bring it out to the side. Make sure that your hips staying stable, and switch sides. Bring the opposite knee into your chest, maybe bringing it out to the side. And extend your knee. Let's do a couple of leg swaps with our core engaged, our shoulders and head off the floor, lifted, looking in between our legs, and let's pick up the pace. Let's continue a couple of these bicycles with our legs extended, with our shoulders and our head lifted off the floor, engaging our abs. Feel free to do some bicycle sit-ups here and move one elbow to one knee on the opposite side to really work your obliques. Let's finish one more together and take your legs close together. Send your arms past your legs and bring them 45 degrees below. Keep your shoulders and your head lifted off the floor. Turn out your legs. Bring them back in. Breathe. And let's do some Pilates 100s. Pulsing your arms down, breathing out for 5. And breathing in for 5. A few more today. You can do it. And let's bring them halfway to the floor. And release in, relax. That was an insane core workout. For the last and final exercise of today, take your hands behind your head, point your toes, glue your toes together, and tap one toe down to the floor, bring it back up, and tap the other toe down to the floor. Feel free to raise your shoulders and head off the floor as you do this as an extra core workout. For this one, you want to keep your low back glued on the floor and your knees facing outwards. Let's lower both toes down on the inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to sit up. On the inhale, tap your toes. Exhale, bring it all in. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, sit up. Inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, sit up. One last one today, and we are done. And relax. Give yourself a good hug. Release everything. Exhale, inhale, breathe. And let's finish today with a nice and relaxing stretch. So when you're ready, roll yourself up to a seated position. We're going to stack one heel on one knee and one knee on top of one heel. Take a couple of deep breaths here. This should feel really nice on those hard-worked glutes. And let's switch sides, so taking the opposite heel on top of your knee and the opposite knee on top of your heel. Unfurl your legs and take both feet into a butterfly position. Now keep your feet close to your body and try to reach your nose past your toes and your belly button towards your feet. Slowly roll up. Let's cross one foot over top of our knee and use our elbow to counter stretch or stretch out our glute and our spine. A really good twist here. And let's switch sides, doing another twist on the other side. Great. Unpretzel yourself. Put your feet out in front of you and just flex and point your toes at your own pace. When you flex your feet, raise your hands above your head and fold forward. Slowly roll up, and let's send our feet backwards and send our hips to the ceiling into our downward facing dog. Feel free to do what you personally need to do here, whether that's pedaling out your feet, sending your hips to one side and then the other, walking forward, walking backwards. And let's walk backwards, grab your elbows and sway side to side. Release any tension you might have in your upper back and your shoulders. Walk your hands back towards your plank. Now let's hold this last and final plank here and move through our chaturanga. Now press your hands into the floor and push into your personal cobra today. Look up to the ceiling and roll back into a child's pose. Send your hips back. Let's roll up nice and slow here and take one leg in front of you into a pigeon stretch. If you have chosen to fold forward, walk yourself back up and switch sides. And walk yourself back up. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Pilates Dancers workout. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. As always, it's such a pleasure. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and bye now.